What 5 major moves made the most difference for you in moving your art forward to the point that you could become a full-time artist?
Wow.
5
major moves. Yes, I've got my 5. I'll go ahead and go through those. And
Thanks for prepping us, by the way. We can now
scramble. Okay.
And while I'm doing that, you guys think of yours. It might be same, might be different. But number 1 move that I made was doing professional level work, even though it was for like my own jobs that I created. So work's not coming in. Nobody knows about my artwork. Nobody knows that I'm an artist. How am I supposed to get these jobs? How am I supposed to make a freelance career? Well, I'll give myself an assignment. And so what it started out for me doing was comic stories, short stories, 10 pages to 20 pages. And my goal was to make them as professional looking as, you know, what you'd see on a bookshelf, right? In a graphic novel. And that meant I got books on how to do comics. I learned how to letter. I studied, you know, other comics on storytelling, all those kinds of things. And I started making comics that were professional grade, you know, at least they looked that way in my eyes. And it seemed to be in others' eyes too, because it started to get noticed from the right people. So, so you decide what it is you want to get into and what you want to do and start making those things, even if it is your own assignment. So if you want to get into concept art for film or animation or video games, make up a video game and start doing, you know, a portfolio of concept art for that, right? Second thing was making a professional website. And that was... It was a way so that when people Googled my name, Jake Parker, that's what came up. And I started doing this before social media, but I think it's just as applicable now. You don't want someone, you know, searching for the type of artwork that you do and not being able to find you. And so a website, whether you're doing blog posts on it or you're adding artwork to it, and your about page, all that kind of stuff, it just makes it searchable. And anytime that you can on all your social media or whatever, just link back to your website. And so having a professional website is just carving out your own spot that you own on the internet that someone who's looking to hire you can go to. They can cut through all the posts on social media that don't matter and just see, okay, this is this person's work and here's their best stuff and here's what they're doing. So that's that. Number 3, I started treating social media as a job and not just as like a diversion. And so what that meant was planning out, okay, I'm going to post 5 days a week. On Mondays, it's going to be, it's going to be sketches. On Tuesday, it's going to be the final drawing. On Wednesdays, it's going to be, posting something that maybe it's not artwork, but it's something that I'm interested in or into. Thursday, it's going to be a throwback, so it's older work. And Friday, it's going to be fan art or something like that, And when I started treating social media like a job and taking it seriously and engaging people and responding to comments and all that stuff, my social media started to grow. People saw that I was, I think, more professional than just someone who's, casually posting whenever they want. Okay, number 4, what really helped me in my freelance career was kickstarting something, running a Kickstarter, and I kickstarted a book, because what you're doing there is you are responsible for everything from the start to the finish of a project. You are responsible for creating the idea, for selling it, for producing it, for delivering it, and all of that teaches you everything you need to know about what all the professionals are doing that you will be working with in the future, whether it's video games or publishing or anything like that. All those people are used to shipping products, right? And there's different departments that handle it. But when you take part in that, even if it's small, even if 100 people back your project, you still learn a ton. You learn how to sell yourself. You learn how to make something look sellable and how to deliver a finished thing. So, so making some sort of finished product, kickstarting it, something like that. And then the last thing that of these 5 that are requested that made the difference in moving my art from, being amateur Jake to being professional Jake was starting an online shop. And really what it was taking, you could easily take the thing you kickstart or something smaller that isn't kickstarted and just putting it in your shop and selling it. And again, it teaches you some of the same things that the Kickstarter does, but it's a little bit more of a slow burn. Kickstarter happens all in, the span of 5 to 6 months, but a shop is, there for the entire year, for many years. And in order to keep it going, set yourself a goal that you're going to make a certain amount of money each week with it, or amount of money each month. You're going to start feeding it, and you're going to be doing things in your work that helps the shop look more professional and look, I guess, better represent what it is that you do as an illustrator.